Alright, here we go. Episode, I guess, 3. This is a request by a very special young lady in my life. And she requested I do this. So it's going a little bit out of order. No one's really going to care about this because this game's old. But I am doing it anyway. We're going to be painting flops from Stuffed Fables. We're going to turn this ugly piece of gray plastic into this beautiful looking model. If this is your first time stopping by, why don't you hit that subscribe button? What do you got to lose? Come on, hit that button. Let's go. Let's make this channel bigger than what it is. I think we're at 140 right now. That's pretty good. For, being on here for 3 months. It's not really that good, but hey, we're getting there. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me if you can. Hit that bell too if you want to watch future videos, because we're going to be doing 2 a week, hopefully, maybe 1. I can't promise 2. We're going to be going off the card of the game, and we're going to be doing some pretty basic stuff, but it's going to look good in the end. So without further ado, let's go. After priming in white, we're going to be doing a little Balor Brown. I'm using an airbrush to speed things up because I was trying to do this quickly. You don't need to. You can just put a base coat of Balor Brown on. It's the same thing, but it's going to give you the base coat that you're going to need all over the model, basically. It's going to look decent, so just do that. All right, before continuing on, we're going to hit this entire model with some Agrax Earthshade. This is going to completely separate all the lines we're going to need to see what we're painting and putting in other paints on the model, specifically the base coats. This is going to make it easier for you to see lines and everything else. This is sometimes I use this technique, but on this one it's going to make it a lot easier. So go ahead and hit that whole model and let it sit and dry off real quick. For the front little sash and the backpack, we're going to be using a little The Fang from Citadel. I'm using a size 1 brush, just hitting that. Just be careful. If you make a mistake, it's not a big deal. We can go back over it, but the less mistakes we use, that makes no sense. The less mistakes we make, there we go, the easier it is to move forward and not have to go back over it. So yeah, just hit that front and the back. For the white belly and the fluffy little tail in the back, we're going to be using some Deck Tan from Model Color. Hit that big surface area in the front with the size 1 brush and the tail with the size 1 brush, and then I think I went to a 10-0 brush on that small little part above the sash. So just hit those 2 spots and just be careful. For the patch around the eye, we're going to use a little Stegadon scale drink. Ooh. Let's have another drink. Let's go. Good Lord. Hit around that little eye. We're going to brighten that up here in a little bit with some green in the next stage after the washes. Size 10-0 brush. For the plunger portion of the arrow, using straight black Model Color. For the fletchings on the arrows, we're using a little Mephiston Red. So hit the front of all those. Make sure you get the back from the back of the hand. You can see from the front, and the one he's holding, the arrow that he's holding. For the two eyes, we're using a little Kabalite Green. There we go. Holy crap. I should do this when I'm sober. Both eyes, 10-0 brush. Alright. The arrow is going to be a little Zandri Dust. Just doing the shaft of the arrow. Just be careful when you go in between the red on the shaft. For the cute little button nose, we're going to be using a little Screamer Pink 10-0 brush. Just be careful. Oh, cute that is. It's so cute. For Legolas's bow, or flops, I see him as Legolas. Mournfang Brown. Doing a little Ushabti Bone for the, well, it would be holding the string if the string was there. Let's pretend it's there. Let's use our imaginations. I'm pretending right now that it has a sweet bowstring on it that we're painting. For the eyebrows, we're doing a little Still Legion Drab. Just be a little careful, 10-0 brush. And that's going to conclude the base colors that we're doing. See how much time that airbrush saved us? Buy one. First wash we're doing is going to be the Drakenhof Nightshade on all the blue. Hey, if you have Instagram, why don't you cruise on over to nerd.nights. You'll see the little castle that you see in the intro and outro and between these steps as my little symbol. Go over there and just follow me on that. We're always posting in our stories the new and upcoming models that we're going to be doing. So go ahead and do that right now while you're letting these washes dry here in a second. But front and back, Drakenhof Nightshade. Alright, we're going to be using a little Agrax Earthshade for the bow, the ties around the end of the bow, the arrow, the plunger, and the fletchings of the arrow. Just go ahead and hit all those areas. And while you're doing that, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, absolutely nobody. If you've been watching this series, you know we don't have sponsors because we're not cool enough yet, but it's coming. 2025, I feel it. We're going to be starting the highlighted steps. This is the last and final step before like a couple little finishing touches. But we're going to be re-highlighting the eyes with a little Kabalite Green. Oh, man. 10-0 brush. All right. Take a little hit of white on your smallest brush. Hopefully it's like a 10-0. If you got 20-0 or 15-0, I don't know if they make those, but get your smallest brush and make a little dot of white on those eyes. Just a tiny little dot. And then we're going to go over with some Ardcoat here in a little bit. The nose to make it even a little bit cuter. Little Emperor's Children. Lighten that thing right up. Look out. cute it is. For around the eye, we're going to be using a little Sotek Green. That's going to make it, it's kind of like a bluish green, but it looks pretty good. It matches the card the best, I thought. Now, none of these colors you have to do exactly. It's just kind of like a suggestion or something close to. I just like Citadel paints because their quality is fantastic. They're expensive, but they're worth it. All right, we're gonna lighten up the front and the backpack. And if you are here and you like what you see so far, you're like, okay, I can deal with this. This is okay, it's not that bad. Hit that little subscribe button right there. It's calling your name. Hey, John. Hey, Pat. Hey, Patricia. I don't think we're gonna have a Patricia because last time I checked, it was 100% dudes that watch this, which is completely fine. I'm cool with it. Maybe there's a female, I don't know. Do this in layers. Do this while you're highlighting, do it in layers. So thin paints, probably about 2 to 3. Leave some of the blue in the recesses, and it's gonna look pretty good as the backpack. All right, we're gonna retake some of that deck tan and highlight the raised areas on the little fluffy tail. Just hit them real quick with a little bit of deck tan and keep in the recesses. And my phone just went off. Highlighting those red spots with a little evil Sunz Scarlet. Just hit the top parts of it, keep some of that dark red in the recesses, and make it just stand out a little bit. If you want to go a little extra and maybe add some white to the next layer, you can do that to make it pop, but just hit those very ends. I just did one layer and I was done. Take that shaft of the arrow and hit it with some Baneblade Brown. Just be careful around that red because we just highlighted it. Just taking Legolas's bow, or Flops' bow, and hitting it with some Doombull Brown. This doesn't match exactly the picture, but the Doombull Brown, I think with the other colors, really makes it stand out and give it a little bit extra pop. I think it looks really good. Take that Ivory from Model Color and hit the spots we got with Ushabti Bone. The ties for the bowstring that we're imagining is there. Alright, the last and final, most tedious portion of this model that I know you're like, oh, this looks pretty good except for the skin looks like crap. We're going to be doing a little of the reapplication of Balor Brown. For the bigger spots, hit it with a 2-0 brush or a 1-0 brush to get more surface area. I did 2 to 3 layers and I thinned my paints. I always use a wet palette, I always thin my paints because it looks a lot better in the end. I take you a little bit longer, but journey before destination for all you Brandon Sanderson fans out there of the Stormlight Archive. You know what I mean? So just take your time and hit all of the areas, let it dry completely, and then do another reapplication. You'll be very happy with the results. So just hit basically the entire skin, keep a little bit of that darknesses in the recesses, and if you make a mistake, go back over with the color that you made a mistake with. For a little finishing touch, it's going to make it look real nice. Little Ardcoat from Citadel on the eyeballs. Gonna make it look like a reflective surface. It's gonna look real good. And you know it for the base, little Mechanicus standard gray. Real easy, take your time. Probably 2 coats. Typically 2 coats with this. It's thin paint, but If you want to paint a different color or purple or whatever, go for it. Well, look at you. Look how good you did. You did a fantastic job. I'm sure somebody's trying to beat down your door right now saying, oh my gosh, you're so amazing because you did such a great job. I'm so proud of you. It's awesome. Oh my God, it's so good. Post on your social media. Your friends will be impressed. That's what I'm talking about. First off, thank you so much for watching the channel. This couldn't happen without you guys watching and the views and the subscriptions. So, man, if you like what you see, please subscribe. We need to keep going. We need to keep me motivated to paint because we got Bloodborne coming out. We got Madara. We got Oathsworn. We got so many games coming out that I want to paint and help you guys paint too. So subscribe. All right, I'm out. See you later.